When I first started cubing in late December of 2015, I owned 3 cubes. My Rubik's brand from several years beforehand that I'd broken in so well that it was viable as a speed cube at the time, a Cyclone Boys 2x2 that I got just before learning 3x3 because I thought it would make it easier, and it did, and a Xanshi that I got for Christmas because I was showing a sudden interest in speed cubing and thought it was the best cube in the market at the time. I learned 3x3 on that cube and my Rubik's brand, not knowing which was better, and as soon as I learned how to solve a 3x3, my parents were really proud of me and they decided they would get me 1 cube off of Amazon completely on them. So I looked through Amazon for a good cube and I found a Shangsha 2x2 through 5x5 bundle for about $20. I told them it was a really good deal because normally the 5x5 alone would cost about that much, which was true. So they agreed to get me those 4 cubes in white because I went through a very short phase of preferring white cubes, and when they came, I loved them. I love the blockiness and stability of the Shangsha Wind 3x3. The 4x4 and 5x5 were my mains because I had nothing else to compare them to and I thought they were good at the time. I didn't really use them much because I didn't know how to solve them, but I was pretty satisfied with them. My first comp rolled around in about April of 2016, and I still didn't know how to solve a 4x4, so I just competed in 3x3 and Pyraminx, and that was it. And I was pretty content with that for a while. My second comp rolled around in like August of that year, and I still didn't know how to solve a 4x4. So I traded away my 4x4 at that comp for an old dead Fengshi Shuangren. Not the best decision on my part, but it was my new main, so don't judge me. I didn't decide until over 2 months later that I would get another 4x4 that was actually good. Because just before giving away that 4x4, I'd realized how much I hated it. Because it was a Shangsha 4x4. So I got my new YJ Yusu R in September or October of 2016, and I loved it. I immediately got into 4x4 and started trying to learn how to solve it again. I already pretty much knew how to solve it because I had fiddled around with it a lot when I still owned one, but I didn't know the parity algorithms because I thought they were going to be really hard to learn. But 2 nights after I got my YJ Yusu R, I learned the parity algorithms both in like the span of 30 minutes, and it wasn't even that hard. The PLL Parity was literally only 6 moves, and the OLL Parity followed a pattern that was pretty easy to memorize. To this day, 4x4 is still one of my favorite events, and I practice it a lot. Although I don't still have that 4x4, I'm really glad that I got it because it got me into 4x4. So, to all of you beginning cubers out there, I just want to tell you, if you have a 4x4, just learn the parity algorithms, and if you don't have a 4x4, by all means get one. For a lot of people, it's a really fun event, and I definitely recommend it. But don't start with a horrible 4x4 like I did. If you start with bad hardware, chances are you won't like the event for a really long time. So be sure to get a decent cube at first, even if it is a budget cube like the YJ Yusu R, and who knows, maybe 4x4 is a really fun event for you. Or any other event, like Scube, Square One, or even 6x6 and 7x7. Just be sure to try new things and see what you like, because that's how I got into almost every event that I do, and that's how I know what my favorites are today. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this new animation style that I'm trying, and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And leave a comment telling me what you think about this, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. This has been Mentos Cubing, and I'm out.